morning. It is Sunday, August 11th. My name is Karen and this is BobbleHeadKnits. So welcome everybody. I am a few days late recording. I have been busy just working, getting adjusted to my new job, getting ready to move, all the things. And I wasn't going to record today. I was like, let's just skip and we'll get back to it later. But then I had some time and I was feeling a little bit better and more rested this morning when I woke up. So I decided I would do a quick one. All right. Sorry, I'm a little, I don't know what. Not congested, but phlegmy. How's that? Phlegmy. Sorry. That's gross, I know. All right, this is my knitting channel. Hang on, I'm gonna take a drink of water and then we're gonna jump into it. I'm not editing this, by the way. All right, I don't have time to do a lot of editing, so whatever you get today. I'm also, I haven't done a lot of knitting this week, but, well, I take that back. I've cast on a lot since you last saw me. It was mostly like last weekend, and I did some knitting, but nothing too exciting. So I'll show you what I have and we'll go from there. All right, hang on, I'm just trying, the internet's working a little slow this morning, so just trying to open everything. All right, let's start. Finished objects. I finished one June sock. This is a nice rib sock. So it's a nice rib sock, and it is a free pattern on Ravelry. Glenna C. created this pattern. The yarn is my Yarny Corner Green Lantern, this yellow, beautiful yellow. And then the green right here is just Soccer Mom Knits, just a little mini that I had. So this was my June sock. I have cast on the other one, the other sock, but I don't have much done with it. I don't know when it's gonna get done. I do have my Stephen West sock, surprise sock along sock that I have not done anything on, so I'm not gonna show that to you. There are a lot of things that I'm not gonna show you that are whips, but I haven't done anything, so I'm just gonna skip those this week. All right, whips. Let's talk about whips. And yes, now I'm singing that song about let's talk about whips, baby. Yeah, okay. You don't want me to sing, trust me. All right, the main thing that I knit on, this week, for a while, I'm not gonna have as much time to knit, but I did watch a lot of training videos, read a lot of training documents this week. So while I was doing that, I knit on Atticus's Oslo hat. There it is. And I'm just getting ready to join the cast on edge with the live edge, and so it'll fold up. And this is for my grandson Atticus, as I said. And it's knit in hedgehog fibers, banana legs, alpaca DK. Alpaca DK? Yes, alpaca DK. Super soft. Yes, very happy with it. And it will match the hat that I made his dad. So very happy with that. And that's kind of my mindless knitting. I just, I can do it while I'm training, but I need both hands when I'm actually working. So, all right, next cast on. Things you've seen, I'm trying to show you first, and things you haven't seen, I'll show you later. All right, I believe I showed you this. This is my husband's Duslin sweater. He does know about it, as I said last week, and I have knit the yoke. Well, I've done the increase, or the short rows, basically. So there it is, and where that little scooter is right there is where we were last week when I showed you this. So this is the back of it. and it's going very well. I have not knit on this at all this week, really, just like a row maybe at the most. The yarn is Shibu, hang on, let me give you the exact name. Shibu Knits Haven in the colorway Caper. You can't get this yarn anymore, she's quit dyeing, and it's beautiful. So I am holding it double, it's DK weight, and so I'm holding it double to get a worsted weight sweater. And this is gonna be a really warm sweater, so I'm very happy with it. My husband does know about it because he is gonna have to try it on. And my goal is to get it done by Christmas, but he understands that that may not happen. All right, hang on. All right, did I show you, what's this? All right, we're now to the point where I'm gonna show you some new cast-ons. This whole thing I said about I'm only comfortable with 3 or 4 whips, I like threw that out the window when I'm moving, a lot of you know, and I'm moving in a few weeks. And so I packed up most of my yarn stuff, but I pulled a few things out that I wanted to actually cast on because for some reason I thought, oh, I have a whole, at the time it was 6 weeks, I think, is what I was looking at. And I was like, oh, I can whip those things out, no problem. No, I could not. But I cast them on, and so I wanted to show them to you. And when they will get done, when they will get some love, is anyone's guess. All right, this one is a Hobie yarn project that I cast on. Well, I bought the yarn, I want to say it was last year, from Hobie, and I only bought it because I saw this beautiful blouse that they had advertised on their site. So I bought the yarn to make it, and it's called the M-E-T-T-E blouse, and it is a knitted blouse, and I'm knitting it with, hold on, Hobie Dream Color. I'm trying to get one that's still in its nice and pretty. There it is. It's just beautiful. Look at that. The yarn itself is 100% wool, and it's fingering weight, so very just comfortable. I could wear it, you know, like fall basically. So I'd like to get this done, but I don't know that it will. The only thing I've done so far is done the ribbing for the neckline. There it is. And I might actually knit on this some more today. I've got some time to knit today. I think I'm going to do that today because I'd like to make a dent in this, at least try to get it done so I can wear it in the fall. Yeah, it's looking pretty good, and it's knitting up beautifully. And this is knit on some small needles, 2.5 US. I don't know what that is, millimeter, but very small. I mean, small for me. And yeah, that's it. All right, so that that is going to be a project for me. I just stuck myself in the eye with a needle. Oh well. Okay. Next cast on. Actually, this is not a cast on a new cast on. You've seen this, and this one is another Atticus project. It is his Christmas sweater, and it's the flax, and I'm knitting him the size 1 year, 2 year. So there it is. I've slit for the sleeves so you can see the edge or the sleeves on hold. And I'm just knitting in the round now. And this is Big Bad Wool Weepaka yarn. It is just a beautiful, great baby or little kid yarn that is really comfy, and yeah, very happy with it. And the colorway is Skunky because it looks like a skunk. So there it is. And yeah, I'm making good progress on that. I'm almost done with my first skein. And that one I feel like is going to become my mindless knitting this week. That will be the one that I do when I am working, only watching videos for work basically, or listening to someone talk. All right, the next cast on is another gift for my husband. Let me untangle it here. It is his painting brick shawl, and I just cast this on. I cast it on the other day, but you know, you have to do like an I-cord bind off, or I-cord cast on. And so that took me a while. And then I really haven't done a whole lot, but I did a little bit last night, and there it is. And I'm doing the small shawl, or small scarf. So it's only 3 bricks, and I've only got one done. So the yarn I'm using is yarn that I bought at Stephen and Penelope, and it is the, I can never remember the name, Mill Region Vendome. And I've got the colorway Annie Schilder, Green Power, Orange Emperor, and I don't know what the other color is for some reason. Orange Princess, maybe. I did buy some yarn for this, which I didn't show you, and that was acquisitions. And I don't have the actual, like a skein that's put together. So that's it. This is Jamieson and Smith double knitting, so DK, and the colorway Cocoa. I bought this. I bought 5 or 6 skeins. Let me look here. Sorry, I'm looking at my iPad over here. I can't find it, but it's discontinued, and I got it from Little Knits, and it's Shetland wool, and so it's kind of scratchy. I don't think I would like this yarn, but my husband, I had him, you know, check it out, and he's fine with it, so we're going with that. This is supposed to be his birthday gift. His birthday's in October, so we'll see if it gets done. It's very easy knitting. It's just a lot of knit purls and slip stitches, and very easy, but you know, it's just a matter of when I have time. All right, this next one I cast on, and I'm going to rip it out, and I don't have very much to show you, but I'm going to mention it to you because I want to tell you what happened. So this is the Grim Grinning Ghosts, and I'm knitting it for Witchin' Knittin' Mama is having a knit along. And so I thought, oh, I'm gonna join, and I'm gonna use yarn that I already have. So I pulled out this Loops and Thread Guacamole worsted weight, and I cast on, and I have just this. It's an arm. That's all I got. I'm gonna actually rip it out. And the reason is because while I was knitting it, I was like, do you know what would be really neat is to have a glow-in-the-dark ghost, like the whole thing be glow-in-the-dark. And then I was like, oh, it would be really neat to knit Atticus this for Halloween, and his 2 cousins who live a block away from him, and they're like 4 and maybe 8 or 9. And then I saw that Joann's was having a huge sale. Yes, I bought more yarn. I just bought enough that I could make each one of them their own glow-in-the-dark ghost. And so it hasn't shipped yet, but it should be here soon. And so I still have plenty of time, and this is easy knitting, so I feel like, okay, I can do this, I can do it. The bad thing is that I did buy yarn, which I'm trying not to buy yarn. So yeah, maybe not, that was probably like an impulse purchase. But I showed, I talked to my husband about it beforehand, and he was like, that's a brilliant idea, just do that, even though it's, even though you have to buy yarn. So yeah, so that's gonna be their Halloween. They're all each gonna get one. And I don't think I mentioned this, I am moving literally around the corner from Atticus. Like, I could see his house from my new house. And so I'm gonna have all three boys come trick-or-treating at my house, and I'm gonna give them these instead of candy. Well, I might give them, well, the older boys, not Atticus. But yeah, that's gonna be what I give them on Halloween. So I do need to get it done. So hopefully the yarn gets here soon and my life calms down enough that I can knit it. All right, that's it for whips that I'm gonna show you, because I really feel like everything else you've seen and I haven't worked on it, and it's not worth rehashing. And yeah, okay, I'm gonna put these back in my knitting basket so I don't lose any. And then I'm gonna show you, I do have one acquisition that came in, and I had talked about this before. I am knitting the, hang on, sorry for the crinkling, but I need to get this card out so I can tell you exactly what it is. All right, I am joining, or so I think, the Someone to Write Gnome About Mystery Knit Along, which is coming up on September 1st. It's an Imagine Landscape make along, I guess. Knit along? I don't know. Make along. No, it's a knit along. Sorry. But it is MCAL, so it's mystery. I'm tired. And sorry, I haven't had any coffee, just so you know. All right, so Mustache Yarn had these special dyed kits for this make along, and I bought this a few months ago, and it actually was delivered to our other house, but I went over there yesterday and grabbed it, so there it is. I cannot tell you what any of these colorways are. Well, I guess she did say on this card, it's Perfect Sock Yarn 75/25. They're each, well, two of the colors are 50 grams, and then the white, the natural, is 20 grams. So I don't know which one's which, but I'm gonna guess I don't know, KOMOREBI. That's 50 gram skein. That's the colorful one. And I guess I could be nice and helpful and actually show it to you up close. There it is. All right, very colorful. And then the other colorway is Oak Moss, and that's that green that you see right there. And so yeah, I'm gonna wind these up today because I want to get the rest. I want to get my you know, winder and all that stuff I can't remember the name of. I want to get those packed away. They're not packed yet, and so I was waiting for that. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm sorry, I'm still crinkling here. Hang on, sorry. I want to stick the card back in there so I have it. All right. Sorry. I don't know what's wrong. I think it's actually just the weather is kind of colder today, and I think it's messing with my lungs. So yeah, just ignore me. I'm fine. All right. I might also be a bit exhausted, honestly, but we'll talk about that in life stuff. Okay. Yeah. So my other acquisitions I don't have yet, which is the glow in the dark yarn from Joanne. So I will show that to you when it comes. Hopefully it'll come soon, because I like to get those ghosts like knocked out. They really are like top of my list priority. I'm gonna make a list of what needs to be done when, so that I don't forget that, oh, I was knitting that for my husband's birthday and I really should get it done, or oh, Christmas, or you know, Halloween comes before my husband's birthday. I should do this first. So I need to do that list. All right, that's it then as far as knitting. If you don't want to stick around to hear about my life stuff, I understand. If you want to follow me on Instagram or Ravelry, I'm also BobbleHeadKnits. My email is bobbleheadknits@gmail.com. And I hope that you like this video enough that you like it and you subscribe. And I usually put out at least one video a week, although this next month might not be one a week. It just depends on how work and moving goes. So that said, if you're not sticking around, we'll hopefully see you next week. All right, the rest of you, hello. I am a bit exhausted. I will tell you that training for this new job is really intense. It has to be because of the nature of what it is. And a lot of the basic job I know how to do, but I've done that for years. But there's a lot more involved here that I don't know how to do, and I'm learning it, and there's just a lot of information coming at me all at once. So that was every day this week, and it will be every day for the next 6 weeks. So yeah. Also, this past week, I was on a continuous Zoom meeting. Basically, every Zoom meeting would last 2 hours, and I'd have a little break in between, and then I'd do a little practice, and then I'd get back on the Zoom meeting, and it was intense. And it's all one-on-one, so I have 3 trainers working with me, and yeah, they are very good. I mean, they're excellent trainers, and they seem to be very, very kind people, so that's important to me. And yeah, they realize that I'm exhausted. So by Friday, they were like, we're just gonna let you go read these 1,000 pages of documentation. And they knew I wasn't really gonna read it. I read some of it, but it was just exhausting. The other thing is that I'm working on a new computer system. They provide all the equipment, and I'm a Mac person, and they're on Windows. So I know Windows enough that I could get around, I'm okay with it. But I had to get that set up by myself. That's the bad thing about working from home, is that you are your own IT person. And so certain things, I have dual monitors. Well, yeah, I have dual monitors. So you have to know how to set all that up. And it's exhausting and it's hard. And I've figured out the basics. So we're okay there, but by Friday night, I was just done. So, all right, so that's been the bulk of it. And then of course, moving stuff. We did go over to help our daughter-in-law and son yesterday, and we're gonna go back over today because they're wallpapering their bathroom, so they need help with watching Atticus during that time. And because we're so close and all, it's not a big deal. But also packing and things like that. I was able last week to sell, we were selling some stools that were in our kitchen, so that cleared up a lot of room. So I need to get some more packing done. I have room now to put packed boxes. So I'm gonna do some of that today, and I want to get to the point where I'm able to every night do a box. But last week was not that week. I would literally get off of my last Zoom call, lay on the couch, be like zombie on the couch, eat dinner, and go to bed. That's all I did last week. So I hope that I get back in the routine, and things aren't as difficult this week. I will say this, my background has really helped me grasp things a little bit faster, but it's just a lot of nuanced stuff that I'm having to kind of learn as I go. So, and I will not, know it all at the end of the 6 weeks by any means. I will have to figure things out, along the way, and I'll probably make some mistakes, and then I won't make that mistake again, right? So, yeah. So, things with Atticus, moving, all that, Yeah, I talked about all that, and I guess that's about it, really. Life stuff. Those are the only 2 life things I have going on. My job and moving, and, you know, hanging with the grandbaby. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go. Oh wait, no, I have to tell you about. I of course watched the Little Olympics all week. We all did, right? We're all going to be so sad after tonight because it's over. But you know, in my case, I have many other things I can do. I want to talk to you about reading, because I did finish a couple books. All right, the first book I finished was The Talented Mr. Ripley by Patricia Highsmith. Excellent book. That is the that's the first book in the story of The Silence of the Lambs. If you saw The Silence of the Lambs or read that book, this is the very first one. And this tells the story of Tom Ripley, who is the guy who, if you know The Silence of the Lambs, he's the murderer who, you know, wears the mask thing, and yeah, you know what I mean. Excellent book. I checked that out at the library and I just flew through that. I read it in like 5 days, which that's pretty fast for me. All right, the other book I finished was called Help Wanted by Adele Waldman, and that was a really clever book. Well, not clever, I shouldn't say. It was just a good book. It talked about, you know, how it's a big box store, and the workers that work there, they're the people that like stock the shelves and all, and it follows this story. They want to get their boss, who is a terrible boss, out of the picture, so what they do. And it talks about, you know, just like some real things, like why big box stores and you know, real brick and mortar stores are struggling because of things like Amazon and all that. So it kind of weaves that in, but it does it all in a way that you know, it does it in an entertaining way. So that was a really good book. I also read that fairly quickly. So I finished 2 books this week, so that's pretty good. Granted, both of them were started, you know, before I started the job. All right, yeah, so that's it. That's all I got. I'm gonna go now because I'm going to have a coffee date with my husband. I do plan on this morning, not really editing this, but getting this ready to publish and getting this published hopefully today. As I mentioned earlier, my videos, you know, I like to have a weekly video. I might not be able to do that the next few weeks because of just a lot going on. And I don't know, I'm not gonna say like a friend, oh, I'm not publishing, or I'm not gonna do a video next week or whatever. I'm just gonna play it by ear. Like today, this week I was gonna skip, but then I woke up feeling pretty good and I was like, okay, I'll check in, because you know, I should. So yeah, so there might be a time when you are expecting a video and you won't have one. And I won't always say on Instagram or whatever, I'm not posting today, but you get it, so you understand. All right, so that said, I'm gonna let everyone go. I hope you all have a great week and keep on knitting. Bye.